Hello all. We're back again with the third edition of JPL Talkies. So whatever we discussed, it correctly went on our way. We went on to discuss a lot of things, and the good part is not only just India won, but whatever analysis that we did was absolutely accurate, and that helped definitely not our Dream 11 players, but to all our viewers who are watching the games. We received a lot of feedbacks, wherein we came to know that whatever points discussed, be it the pitch, be it the winds, because wind played a major factor, and a lot of things that went on into that last podcast came true. And we are glad that whatever information that we are providing is accurate, and we are going to continue this thing only. So I welcome Sushant to join me in the third edition of this. Hi,
हाय
Sushant.
यशस्व। नमस्कार दोस्तों, कैसे हो? खुश हो ना? हम भी है ऑस्ट्रेलिया वर्सेस अफगानिस्तान का मैच देख के। एंड फॉर द वेरी सेम रीजन
Amazing.
वी आर गोइंग टू कवर अ स्मॉल सेगमेंट ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया वर्सेस अफगानिस्तान इन आवर एडिशन टुडे।
What a crazy turnout it what a crazy match it turned out to be. Nobody expected Afghanistan to produce such kind of a magic. But Sushant, what are your thoughts? Like I'm totally appalled.
Afghanistan did play out of their skin and an amazing match. I mean, this is the reason it feels like a World Cup now, a proper World Cup. Like सुबह उठ के
Exactly.
6 बजे मैच देखना with that excitement and what energy levels Afghanistan players displayed today. Amazing, मजा आ गया देख के मैच.
And takes you to childhood. जहाँ सुबह उठते थे, सुबह ऑस्ट्रेलिया के मैचेस हुए, न्यूजीलैंड के मैचेस हुए, taking a cup of tea and enjoying the games in your quilt. तो थोड़ा सा ऐसा वो जो nostalgia था, and at the same time, if you get sparks from the game, तो मजा और ही बढ़ जाता है. So it was a very interesting game, and it has completely lit up the table. So just to give us the summary to our viewers how it paved out, Afghanistan went on to bat first, and they had a good start. Their openers performed well the way they were doing in this entire tournament, and they got a good start from Gurbaz and Ibrahim Sidran. Both went on to score a 50, but then came the Cummins magic, and he took away the Afghanistan middle order and stopped Afghanistan for 148 only. And when it came to Australia, so I would like Sushant to go ahead and give the highlights about.
I was quite surprised at the toss when Mitchell Mast opted to field first because going by the records at the stadium at St. Vincent, two previous matches took places over here and both the matches were won by side batting first. So I was a bit
Mhm.
surprised, and this include South Africa versus Nepal, and South Africa were restricted only to 114. So I was a bit surprised, but we still knew that Australia would kindly dominate this game. But as you rightly said, this opening partnership of Remanullah Gurbaz and Ibrahim Zadran. Three matches they have won overall in this World Cup edition, and in all those matches, this opening partnership has clicked. So there is no secret that the golden
Right.
mantra for Afghanistan to succeed is their opening partnership. And then the biggest surprise after the toss was them dropping Mitchell Starc for Aston Agar. Now I don't know whether this was just to preserve him for India versus Australia match or what it was, but I think Australia took it very casually. Even when we saw
Right.
Gurbaz got out on the bowling of Stoinis, he was uh, he was doing some sign like he was not paying any respect to them. And this result has really lit up this World Cup now because this was not typical Australia. Maxwell did give us this 2023 World Cup vibe of Australia versus Afghanistan again. For a moment, it did look that
Right.
he's going to
Right.
snatch the win of Afghanistan jaw once again. But this time, it was the Gulbuddin knife. What a
So he
crazy
came
spell!
on, right. He came on as the eighth bowler, and the way he was swinging, the way he was fielding, he was like possessed, a man possessed completely. And if you could see in the fielding as well of Afghanistan, they threw their bodies, they caught some amazing catches, and that turned out to be
Yeah.
an absolute love affair for them.
No, indeed, indeed. It was an amazing watch for sure. And when we
Right.
watch this Afghanistan unit, they are not superstars like yes, Rashid Khan is, but the other people, they play as a team. There is such a great energy. Like when Afghanistan war, you, my entire family were glued to the seats and they were jumping joy. My mom, dad, my little daughter who is 9 years old. Everyone was so happy to see Afghanistan win because the passion was, they were able to see that passion in the game. And it's a great side. Like if you take top two out, which is Rahmanullah Gurbaz and Zadran, and the bottom two out, which
Right.
is Fazlullah Faruqi and Naveenul Haq, the seven players, they can bat and ball on any position. Crazy
Exactly.
team. So it's going to be
Right.
interesting. As an Indian fan, it's a bit scary because we were talking in our podcast that India and Australia have their one leg in the semi-finale, but now it is
Right.
everyone is talking about the net run rates and everything. But as a cricket fan, this was a great match to win, and we had to cover this match in
Exactly.
our podcast. Yes.
Right. Right.
But
Perfect way to start the
moving
session.
ahead, yes, moving ahead, let's move our focus. First, let's have a look at the Super 8 table on as how it looks. So, Yashasva, your
Mhm.
take on Group One.
Well, the group one is as late as group two now, and it could go anywhere. It could go anywhere. We might see the ODI champions go back home tomorrow. Nothing better for an Indian fan to defeat them and take the revenge of 19th November. I still have that pain in me. You can feel it. And if we can go on and defeat Australia tomorrow, they are going back home. If Afghanistan are defeating Bangladesh, which I'm pretty sure they're going to do that. If it happens, I'll be the happiest over here.
And
What
I'm
about
sure
group two? I mean, I'll control my emotions.
I'm sure there are lakhs and crores of Indians who will echo your voice over here, Yashasva. We are all sailing in the
Right.
same boat.
Yeah, man.
A- As you rightly said, these two tables they are looking very identical right now. I mean, same numbers of game played, exact same points, and no one has their leg in the semi-finale now. Now it feels like a true
Except
World
India.
Cup, and except India. But
Yeah.
tonight's match is England versus USA. I think everyone is writing off USA. Upset
Right.
doesn't look on paper, but I think England will qualify with some good net run rate over here, which will make all the two contests tomorrow, which is South Africa versus West Indies and India versus Australia, as potential knockouts. Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. So this
so
World Cup
very
needed
difficult to
such type
judge
of
anything.
games.
Yes, yes, especially after the USA blunder. Sorry, the
Exactly.
American pitches. Yeah.
Right.
So let's move our attention to India versus Bangladesh. As we discussed in our match,
Hmm.
India won that match comfortably by 50 runs.
Yeah.
So Yashaswa, how would you rate India's performance in that match?
See, it was professional, I would say. We started off well. Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli gave a good start. And that's what like Rohit Sharma said in the presentation as well. If people are coming in, chipping in 30 runs at a very good strike rate, so that is doing the job for the entire team. And whatever players we suggested in our last podcast, so they went on to perform. Earlier in the first podcast, it was 4 out of 6. This time we outnumbered ourselves, and it is 5 out of 6. So whatever players we recommended went on to perform in this game in prime fashion. Hardik Pandya went on to score a 50. Then there was Virat Kohli who got a good start, got out on a loose shot, but that's okay. Like he did his job. Then Bumrah also chipped in with 2 wickets and an extremely great economy. Coming to Bangladesh, so yeah, your thoughts on Bangladesh?
Bangladesh, again, we discussed three players. As you rightly said, two out of those three players did perform. And we did mention that this match don't go heavy sided on either batsman or bowling. So this was an event
Right.
match. Both batsman and bowler performed. And as you see, at the end, we did say that if you want to prefer, please prefer bowler as a captain, vice captain. Everyone had like 2 to 3 wickets. Kuldeep Yadav took 3 wickets over here. And
Mhm.
Shanto played a captain's inning at the end, but he couldn't take them even close to India's score. Rishad Hossain, nice to see him in batting as well as bowling. We did
Yeah,
speak about him for a couple of minutes, but no big performances or match-turning performances from Bangladeshi player. So, as we said, this was quite a cakewalk for India.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes. So moving on now, the match that we all have been waiting for, and it's going to be
Right.
played at a stadium wherein we want this match to be played at. The Darren Tisami Cricket Ground at Saint Lucia. This is one ground which is averaging the most in terms of runs scored, has recorded three
Oh,
200 plus scores, and we surely want to see some batsman domination after a long time now.
Right, right, right. But typical like
Yes.
of an IPL game. So if we go through the
Yes.
slides, if we go through the data, so for the night matches and the day matches, so only one match has taken place in the form of a day match, and India would be playing against Australia in a day match. And there have been four night matches, out of which two have won, who have batted first, and the remaining one have been won by the team batting second. So if we talk about Shashank, it is going to be a day match, and just only one game has taken place. How are we planning the data analysis for this kind of a scenario?
It's just for considering that only one day match has been played over here. It is very difficult because there will be no averages. The data of that single match would
Right.
be considered completely. So what we have tried to do over here is we have bifurcated uh, the data for the day match, and we are also tried to put in a summary for the night matches. And let's see what we have in this slide. So for the day match, the only day match was which was being played over here. The team batting first scored 163. And at the loss of 5 wickets, and they won the match by 7 runs. So it was not a big margin. Both teams
Right.
played well. Uh, if we see, out of 163, two batsmen went on to score 30 plus runs, out of which one
Mhm.
batsman made a half century. In terms of wicket, 5 wickets fell in the first inning, three to pacers and two to spinners. In the second inning, they fell short by 7 runs. And again, similar to the first inning, 30 plus runs were scored by two batsmen, and one batsman went on to score a 50 plus runs. In the second inning, six
Mhm.
wickets did fall. Pacers took 4 wickets, and spin took 2 wickets. Now, this for a day match says that this was an even contest between bat and ball. So we did not
Right.
witness a 200 runs contest. At the same time, we did not see 8 or 9 wickets falling across over here. So this
Correct.
was so if in the day match it says that we cannot go a batsman heavy or a bowler heavy side. However, it has to be a balanced side between batsman and bowler. Now, but if we look at the data from the night matches, it is completely opposite. See, in the night matches, the team batting first is scoring at an average of 195 runs, which is crazy in
Mhm.
this World Cup. Three batsmen are scoring 30 plus runs, and one batsman is going out to score an half century. In terms of wickets, again 5 wickets, three to pace and two to spin, similar to the day match. In the second inning, the chasing team has scored 150 runs till now. The average is 150. Two batsmen has
Mhm.
scored go have went on to score 30 plus run, out of which one has gone on to score a half century. In the second inning, again similar to day matches, 6 wickets in the second inning, four to pace and two to spin. So when it comes down to
Right.
bowling, there is not much of a difference. But when it comes to batting in the night matches, it's a big difference and quite understood because the pitch helps. There is a bit of a dew in the night, so the pitch helps the batsman a little bit. The ball comes on nicely to the bat, so it makes batting a bit
Mhm.
easy. But because it's a day match, we wouldn't recommend to go on a batsman heavy side or a fielding heavy side. Oh, sorry, bowler heavy side. It can be a balanced side.
All right. All right. Very well said. So basically, these stats are very important because we saw in the last game as well that there were players who went on to score 30 plus runs. There were players who went on to score 50 plus runs. That's why all these calculations come very handy when you're preparing the data.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
So now the most important thing we are talking about an India Australia match, and doesn't matter when and where the match is played. It's
Right.
always being played with great and high spirit. So Yashaswa,
Exactly.
moving on to this India versus Australia match, we have not covered stats unlike our last video because a T20 series did take place between India and Australia at the end of last year, just after the World Cup. And Yashaswa, I
Right.
would like to have your thoughts about that.
See, that T20 series which took place was a complete failure for a cricketing fan like me. Because when we lost on 19th November, the pain was so much that we couldn't even watch the series. And this was completely irrelevant for many fans like me. So that's why we haven't even included the stats because you know what Rohit Sharma might be feeling, what Virat Kohli might be feeling, and what Bumrah would be feeling because everybody wants to win this particular game. This is very important. This, I mean, earlier when we spoke about it, it could have been a practice kind of a match where they could have practiced for the semis. But now, with so much significance and with so many things on the line, I believe our players would be charged up. and definitely I expect India to come up all guns blazing because we have a very strong squad, and Australia are like champions. They are made for events like these, matches like these. But if you feel, what I feel is India definitely are sending Australia home tomorrow.
So
I
you are
believe
not
so.
giving. So as per you, India and Afghanistan are going through in the semi-finale, right?
I would love to see Afghanistan, but the the heartbroken fan in me definitely wants to see Australia go home tomorrow.
Nothing would be sweeter than that. So, considering that fact, which three players would you suggest help India sell Australia back home?
Going with your stats that you shared, that it's a very batting friendly wicket and teams have scored a lot of runs. We have gone with a balanced batting squad and one all rounder. Virat Kohli is coming back in form. You can see that the shots he played, the straight six he scored. So he is definitely coming in form, and he is made for this occasion. He will know what is deserved from, what is expected from him, and we're going to see him score big. Surya Kumar Yadav has shots all around the ground. He has scored well, although he couldn't perform in the last game, but I expect him to score in the next game. Then Hardik Pandya, he has been Mr. Consistent. I'm using this word Mr. Consistent because he has done that in this edition of for the World Cup, and I expect him to continue his good form and wishing him luck because I want him to succeed. We don't have good all-rounders who are passionate about cricket, and the way he has played over the years, I want him to succeed. So these are my three picks. What about you, Sushant, for Australia?
Before moving on to Australia, FSO, as you rightly mentioned, continuing about Hardik Pandya, I think why everyone goes around and said that there is no all rounder like Hardik Pandya and no one comes in contention. A difference like he's a proper definition. Like, and in this World Cup, he's performing with the bat, he's performing with the ball, he's
Right.
bowling those bouncers, and we can really see what he brings to the table. And so happy to see him perform the way he is right now in this World Cup.
I mean, something clicked in my mind. I want an all-rounder in my team, in my national team, who could perform like probably Kapil Dev, the legendary Kapil Dev one day, or probably Jacques Callis. So if somebody can, come up with such type of traits, it is going to be huge boon for us because in batting we are like heavily fired with all those big names. Then Bumrah is taking care of all the bowling department. But then we need someone who is going to lead the team from all rounders perspective. And I believe Hardik Pandya is that person.
Provided he stays fit. Provided he stays fit
Right.
for all the three formats, I would love to have him. But
Yeah. Yeah.
coming back to our picks for Australia, we are backing the batting, which is David Warner, Travis Head, and Marcus Stoinis. Uh, Travis Head and David Warner, they have an on and off kind of a tournament. When they hit big. When they don't, they do get out pretty early. And today was the biggest example of that. But on their day,
Yeah.
these two openers, they can just turn around the game in a matter of 6 overs. They are crazy and they are known for the batting. They play fearlessly. So these two
Right.
are there for sure. Marcus Stoinis, I think he has been the best pick of Australian for in this World Cup, performing by both bat
Right.
and ball. For some reason, he's not batting at number four because I still think at number four he's more dangerous than Maxwell. But good for us if he's batting at number five. But I think these are our three picks: David Warner, Travis Head, and Marcus Stoinis. However, even after picking these six picks, we would still like to showcase our team, the Dream 11 team that we have in our mind. So we have made this team. Can you see the team, Yashaswa?
I can see the team. Yeah.
Great. So now we have made this team. Now, considering India is chasing over here, because
Okay.
there are two factors. If India is batting first, we will talk about that later. But considering India is chasing, I think there cannot be a better captain than Virat Kohli, especially on such wickets. And that's the reason we have made him captain. And then Stoinis, we just discussing someone who bats at number 4 or 5 and then bowls his quota or 3 and 4 overs. Because if India is chasing, then there is a high probability that Stoinis is gonna probably bowl his quota 4 overs because spin is picking on an average 2 or 3 wickets over here. So we are going with
Okay.
Stark, Zampa, and Stoinis, three bowlers, three batsmen again. So even there are five players, there are three bowlers and three batsmen from Australia. And then with India, because they would be chasing, Bumrah would be a great bowler. He would pick up wicket on any day, any surface, anywhere. And then Hardik Pandya, as
Right.
we have discussed. And then because India is chasing, we have the top four batters for India along with Hardik Pandya. Now, in case India is batting first, then, in terms of team configuration, we wouldn't change much. But I think the captaincy would be between Hardik Pandya and Stoinis. The captaincy and vice captaincy, it will jump between Hardik Pandya and Stoinis. Because if India is
Okay.
batting first, which means Hardik Pandya, like the last inning, would play a crucial finisher knock over here. And then he will come
Exactly.
on to bowl his
Correct.
4 overs. So if India is batting first, then probably it would be a toss up of captain and vice captain between Hardik Pandya and Stoinis as far as.
It's a very smart and a balanced team, I feel.
Yeah.
So
We
yeah,
discussed
it's
before putting it on team. We had a great discussion about it, and these are our picks. And we hope anyone who relies on our information, these picks they help them out.
right. And the way you are putting in the teams with so much in-depth analysis, it has definitely helped you as well. I can see you are ranked 200 in the world
Yeah,
currently in manager mode, which is tremendous, Sushant. And with 8 games to go, I believe these ranks are definitely going to come up, and I wish you luck. But I wish in Team India my luck more in comparison to you because I want India to win tomorrow. It
absolutely.
could be. It is looking like it is looking like a Super 8 game, but for a fan like me who is very passionate, who is very ardent about this game, I believe India should defeat Australia in a way that they'll remember because it is coming. It is long time coming, and Australians know how silent we have been. Yeah. Any parting thoughts,
I
Sushant?
think I think you spoke the heart out of every Indian, and we want to show the Australians that I mean it can go either ways, but these are our feelings, and 100% we would see we would want to see India defeating Australia, and then we would love to see this gutsy Afghanistan team playing in the semi-finale, and they do deserve a spot over there as well. And I don't want to say anything
Exactly.
more because you penned it nicely. The thoughts that would be going across on in every Indian cricket fan. So thank you so much,
True.
guys, and truly looking forward to connect with you in our next podcast, wherein we will have the semi-finale teams in our mind.
Good luck, Team India. Thank you.